Scions for another day. I'm going to play the Destroyer down. Do I just play it down? No. You definitely mutated onto the 10th Street. Now we can defend out with the Destroyer and have no qualms about it, right? What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be taking a look at an Izzet Embercleave Mutate deck. And, well, y'all know I like to be very simple with the names I'm on deck, so we're just doing exactly as the name says. We're playing Embercleave onto some Mutate creatures, and I got to thinking, like, how can I actually make this effective? And first things first, if I had more copies of Everquill Phoenix, that would for certain, whatever you want to call it, go in the deck. I think this is a fantastic card that kind of got overlooked from Ikoria, honestly. 4 mana, you get to get down a 4/4 flying creature. Also, you get to have that feather come down, which says, you know, pay 1, sacrifice a feather, return target Phoenix card, which is generally going to be the Everquill Phoenix itself, from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, and you're going to usually wait until your opponent's turn at the end of it. That way it comes back and can attack and all that great stuff. Aside from that, we have Sea-Dasher Octopus, which I do only recommend, you know, playing 2 or 3 copies in the deck. Maybe going up to 3 isn't so bad, which this card reads: whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So obviously with Embercleave, you have the chance of dealing combat damage twice to a player, which means you have the chance of drawing 2 cards. And, well, that's kind of awesome, right? Now, aside from our mutators, we have Anax, which always works good with Embercleave, right? We have Dorat, which works very well with Embercleave. 1, it gets a +1/+1 counter. 2, it's flying. 3, it has haste. Like, what more could you want from it? White? Right? Goodness, y'all know it can't be a deck tech without me having a little bit of tongue-tied. Anyways, we have Rimrock Knight to help boost up our Dorat as well as Anax, all that good stuff. Also, it acts as it acts as like a 2-part buff, right? Because it has the instant speed spell, it buffs Dorat with that, and because it's red, it buffs Anax with that, and, well, its spell also buffs, so, you know, there's a whole lot of buffing for 1 card, and that's generally why it makes it worth it. Nonetheless, we also have 4 copies of 10th Street Dodger. Small card, it can get in real easy, as well as if you mutate onto it with Destroyer or Sea-Dasher Octopus, you can then pay the 1 mana and get through to your opponent's face fairly easily. And, you know, again, you throw Embercleave onto a Destroyer that has the ability to pay 1 mana and be dodged by pretty much everything. Well, it just becomes very deadly very quick, right? Aside from, you know, the spice of the deck, we have 4 copies of Unsummon, which helps you tempo up. It helps your Dorat do, you know, whatever it needs to do. Gain those counters, swing in, all that fantastic stuff. We have Mask of Immolation, which I have found to actually be very, very good in this deck. Well, I won't say very good, but, you know, an interesting option. First off, it boosts the Anax. Second off, it boosts the Dorat. Third, it gives you a creature which you can sacrifice and deal damage to, you know, whatever your opponent may be having, their own 10th Street Dodgers, or if they're running Rimrock Knight or any kind of Knights. A lot of Knights have 1 health. You get the point, right? So it buffs up your creatures. It allows you to sacrifice things to deal damage. It gives you a creature, and you can mutate onto that creature. I'm not saying you necessarily want to, but if all else fails, you know, it's there. We also have the Royal Scions, which again is going to buff up Anax, not to mention it has the ability to give your creatures first strike and trample, and, you know, on top of Embercleave giving the +1, now you're up +3 damage, and has double strike. And anyways, it's good stuff. Also, the Royal Scions, whenever you play it, helps boost Dorat. So you see this combo here where Dorat and Anax are just getting buffed over and over and over pretty much by every spell in the deck, right? And then down here in the top end, bottom end, whatever you want to call it, we have 1 off of Channeled Force, which again is one of those cards that I think was highly, highly undervalued in Ikoria, and it feels really fun to play. Feels good every time I do play it. I don't know, it's hard to convince me that this isn't a good card. Anyways, 4 mana, instant speed, has an additional cost to cast a spell, discard X cards, target player draws X cards. Obviously you're going to target yourself with that. Channel Force deals X damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Really wish that was to any target, not gonna lie, but, you You know, being able to remove a creature, being able to remove a planeswalker, instant speed, and being able to cycle out lands when you know you're just looking for, you know, Embercleave or Everquill Phoenix. It's really good, actually. So that's going to pretty much do it for the deck tech or deck breakdown. And now, as always, we're going to go and hop right into the match. Anyways, Alex Toby going to be our next foe. 2 first names. There's nothing wrong with that. You should take pride in that. This is an interesting hand, and by interesting I mean, well, we don't really have any blue mana, but we can get blue mana with the Fabled Passage, so sure, we'll keep it. We'll see how it turns out. First and foremost, though, is getting down the 10th Street Dodger and, you know, letting them know what's up, even if it's just the 1 damage. Scorch Spitter. Our opponent said, "Oh yeah, you want to play mono red? We'll play some mono red." Alright, well, I don't really like Scorch Spitter, so what we're gonna do then is throw down our little buddy. And we're gonna leave it like so. Now, I don't want to kill the Scorch Spitter until I'm absolutely sure that that is the creature that I'd like to kill. Yeah, see, because there's a runaway Steamkin. Had I just sacrificed this little buddy 2 seconds ago, Scorch Spitter would be dead and I'd be regretful. But now, Scorch Spitter is still alive, the runaway Steamkin's dealt with, and you know, we can take this on the chin. I'm fine with that. 2 damage, no problem. Now again, we're gonna be grabbing blue mana here so we can use our Unsummon and our Sea-Dasher Octopus, all that great stuff. We could equip Mask of Immolation to 10th Street. I mean, I guess there's no reason to not, right? And I'm on the fence about whether or not swinging, but I think I do, right? Because I think I'm mutating onto 10th Street come this next turn. Mutate with Sea-Dasher so we can start drawing more cards. Hopefully get a few more lands. Runaway Steamkin's not fantastic for us. We just were talking about how we didn't want to deal with those, and now here we are dealing with them. That's all right. So they're getting back in with Scorch Spitter. I gotta say, Scorch Spitter, you're rather annoying. Alright, well that's 4 mana. Which is interesting because it means we can get down Anax plus an Unsummon. It means we can get down, you know, mutated Everquill. We can't get down a Sea-Dasher plus anything else. I'm really not liking that. I mean, although we could get down Sea-Dasher and then make 10th Street unblockable basically and get in damage that way and see what we draw, but then you're really leaving stuff up to chance and well, no pun intended there, but I don't like to do that. So we're gonna get down Anax and it'd be very regretful that I just let auto tap do its thing. God damn it. Alright, well, we can get in with 10th Street Dodger. I don't really want to. Damn you, game. Alright, well, it's my fault for not paying attention. I can't be mad at a computer program that I know is only, you know, it's only gonna work this one way, and that's it. Now the scary thing is they have 3 creatures. They have 3 creatures swinging in, which means they more than likely have an Embercleave, right? Please don't Embercleave my face. If you could, so kindly. Oh, yeah, okay. You know, it happens. You better be careful. Yeah. And that's why. So we messed up a little bit. But on the flip side, I guess we could try for a Sea-Dasher onto the Anax. How does that work? Does our power stay with Anaxes? Like, I'm not quite sure. Or we can get down the Phoenix. We could also put Mask of Immolation onto our Satyr, sacrifice it, kill the Scorch Spitter. But they do have an Embercleave coming up, so I kind of want to save this Unsummon mana, right? So if I'm saving this mana, this blue mana, what am I doing? I have Mask of Immolation I can do? Okay. Alright, well let's do that then, yeah? And we'll get all in here. And then I can unsummon on their turn, and I can pop this, kill Scorch Spitter on their turn, or pop it and kill the runaway Steamkin, right? Either which way. But first things first, you want to make sure you pass it back to their turn, so that way they go to pay for the Embercleave, right? No, they just put down a Phoenix of Ash. Interesting. Now I don't know. Well, okay. Oh, I messed up there. Well, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I'm expecting them to use the Runaway Steamkin mana to proc Embercleave and throw it on Phoenix of Ash. But they would have had to done that sooner, so... maybe we are just bouncing the Steamkin here. It won't stay through the turn though, and you can't equip Embercleave at instant speed, right? Right. Yeah, you can't do that. I'll sack here and kill this thing. Again, I should have sacked the Satyr before. I guess there was always the chance though that we could kill the Steamkin with the Satyr. Anyways, they're only getting in 2 damage, and Embercleave isn't coming off on us, so that's good. That's real good. Yeah, I need more blue mana. We do have it in the deck. I know that for sure. I want to leave mana for that unsummon. Like, I definitely want that unsummon. We should let our opponent know that we're thinking. I'm thinking about going ahead and mutating down a Sea-Dasher, but at the same time, if it'll give me another quill for the Phoenix, wouldn't that be better? Tell you what.
It seems we've encountered another puzzle. A quest of mystery.
Yikes. Alright, well, you don't need another Mask of Immolation. We'll get in, and I guess we'll hope. It costs 3 to equip the Embercleave, so I'm not terribly terrified of that, right? Who's to say they won't just throw it directly at our Royal Scions? If they do, fantastic. To throw it at our face, that's a little bit of a yikes. A little bit of a yikes. Alright, heard. But we do have Unsummon, so we can... oh no, the tapped land. The tapped blue land. And another Mask of Immolation. What is up with all these masks? Are you trying to say I'm ugly, game? Do I need a mask? That's a little insultive, not gonna lie. So we could deal 6 with our Anax. That's I think I'm just gonna draw and discard with the Royal Scions. Look for, yeah, actually that. So we can get down. All right. Opponent's not ready for what we're gonna do. Oh, yeah, certainly not ready. They're gonna be pretty salty about that one. And then we just went off this, right? Good game, good game, good game. So those unsummons coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. This felt kind of like a mono red tempo more than an Izzet Mutate. Or an Izzet Embercleave deck, but that's okay. Picking up the victory nonetheless, and that was a good game too, I feel like. Screech Owl. God. I gotta say, of all the birds, owls are, you know, up near the top for me. But screeching, oh, I hate it. Yeah, we're gonna mulligan that. This looks a lot better. We'll toss a old cheeky Rimrock Knight back. And I like seeing the blue mana off the bat. It lets me know that, hey, I did put some in here. 10 Street Dodger, do I want you, yes or no? If I don't take the 10 Street, we have a bigger chance of getting land / Embercleaves, that kind of stuff. I don't think I'm taking the 10 Street. I just don't think it's spicy enough. That's really a card you want to see in your starting hand, not draw into, right? So Mr. Opponent's going to make it a little bit difficult for my Dorat to just sort of land and start fucking stuff up, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you just chill there, you little perfect pet, you. Now we do have the Rimrock, we have the Royal Scions, if we want to bolster Dorat, right? Both of those are non-creatures, and Rimrock, of course, gives it extra attack. Okay, never mind. Whatever. So we can still play Dorat back down and use Rimrock and get in solid damage, I'd say. Opponent's playing Azoria's Flyers, which means that could be an unsummon that they have there, which would be rather unfortunate because it means as soon as I go to play my Dorat, they just unsummon it. Now, I could also just play the Royal Scions and go for some looting effect. Or I could play Mask of Immolation and, well, kill one of their creatures as well. But I still really like the idea of just getting down a Dorat. If they have another unsummon, let them unsummon me. Let them do it now, you know, before I get down my Embercleave and all that good stuff. So I don't think we're swinging in. I don't think we're like trading blow for blow here. Even though we are playing an Embercleave deck, I think I'd rather block whatever may be coming. Although I guess it could be Sephara. And no, okay, not yet. I guess not yet. Yes, costs 2 more to cast. There you go, Dorat. It's really meant to be an offensive combo, but hey, if it lets us take out one more thing. Why did I play the mountain instead of playing the Fabled Passage? You know, the world the world may never know. So we can get down the Royal Scions if we want to, and then of course ping up Dorat and swing in, or we can get down Mask of Immolation plus Rimrock Knight, which I'm not gonna lie is probably what I'm gonna do, because Mask of Immolation allows us, 1, to boost up Dorat to the point of swinging past the Skybonder. 2, it allows us to shock out a Spectral Sailor, and then, you know, Rim, goodness gracious, the Knight is just a nice little additive. So do we get in here or do we leave you to defend? That is a good question. I think we leave you to defend, and here's the thing. You need 4 flyers and 1 white mana in order to tap and put down Sephara, right? So they would have to play another flyer at one point. Okay. I just don't want them to just be able to get down Sephara and be like, haha, you should have shocked them before. But no, it takes... Alright, yeah, see, here's a great time for us to just sort of ping that one out. Alright, so Empyrean Eagle makes it to where they're Gibliant? There's no way that's Gibliant, right? Again, chance! Don't pay attention. Alright, well, let's get down the Royal Scions. That'll at least make our Dorat go up to a 4/4. Solid enough. We can equip the Mask of Immolation to Rimrock if we want to. Or would I rather just give Rimrock First Strike Trample and have them go ham on their face? I guess First Strike Trample, go ham on face isn't bad, right? I mean, we have Embercleave in the deck, so once we hit an Embercleave and the opponent's so low, well, we can just sort of surprise it in on them, right? We are going to go ahead and equip Mask of Immolation to the Rimrock because, again, there's no reason to not have Mask of Immolation down. It sometimes just saves you. Not saying it will here, of course, but... Alright, them playing a Fearing Miscreant, just a Fearing Miscreant, terrifies the shit out of me, I'm not going to lie. Because if they have a Sephara, it's coming down, baby. Oh, well, kind of thank God. That's a lot of damage in the sky for him, okay? It's a lot of damage in the sky. I'm not gonna lie, my Dorat being flying was one of the main sellers for it. Another Royal Scions, but hey, this time I'm not gonna forget my Fabled Passage. No, no, no. Not I, not this guy. Alright, so we can get down Anax. We could also get down the other copy of the Royal Scions, but I think first and foremost we're gonna get down the Anax. We're gonna loot. Right? I'm not giving my Rimrock trample and first strike again, am I? Does take him down to 9. But the more that I loot, the closer I get to Embercleave. The closer I get to Embercleave, the less I'm reliant on them not drawing into a finisher. Well, hey. That's a next turn kind of move, but it is exactly what we're looking for, so... yeah. I'll take it. Conclave Tribunal. No. Boo. Alright, well, I think we lose off the back of that, right? There's no getting around this shenanigans. Let's see. 3, 6, 12, 16. No. Alright, that's GG, I think. Yeah. Well, you know, we can chalk that one up to being my fault. We're gonna call you 5. All right. Just because it kind of looks like a 5, you know, it looks like a 5 that I'd quick scribble. I'm not gonna lie, I love this hand if this land was different, so I'm gonna keep it in good faith, right? We get to go first, which means I'll go ahead and get down the Fabled Passage to get down blue mana, and then, you know, maybe from there we can do all right. But I love the idea of this hand. Your Dorat can get huge, right? And Rimrocks help make the Embercleave cost less. It just feels like it works, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So let's see what Mr. or Mrs. 5 has for us. Ah, so you're playing a shock. You shock Andy, you. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to play a Dorat then, knowing that that's what they're playing. Ah, it is a shock. You always hope it's not, but then it happens and you're like, fuck. I knew it in my gut. I should have listened. Yeah. Yeah. Am I surprised? No. No. Gotta say I wish I was, but god damn it. That's okay, Dorat. You know. You fought hard last battle. We'll try to bring it back here. I'm on a red player that has so far only played a shock, and they now have 3 lands down. I'm a little curious, but last time I was curious, it really, really came back to bite me in the ass, so I'm gonna not be curious this time. Phoenix of the Ash, one of the worst cards for us to unsummon, as well it has haste, right? I guess we could get in with a crap ton of damage and just Rimrock Knight the crap out of our elemental. I think I'd rather just get in here. And okay, you know what, Auto Tapper? I don't like your style. I'm not gonna lie, buddy. I'm just gonna get down to Rimrock Knight. A little bit extra damage. We still have access to the Unsummon. Torbran. Yeah, well, this is I guess this is exactly why you want the Unsummon, huh? So we have Channeled Force, which is a way for us to deal extra damage. We'd have to get down a card. Yeah, we could still only deal 3 to Rimrock, which is the scary part. That's not good. But we did hit it, which means if we just wait a turn, then we can actually deal with this. Alright, so we're just going to get in the 4 damage then. We'll have to take the 4 damage that they tally back at us. That's okay. Yep. Yep. I'm not missing this ammo, right? Channel Force is only going to deal 2 damage because we discard the 2, and this is only going to deal 1, so. On our next turn, though, we can spend all of our mana, discard all of our cards, and take out their Torbrand. Or we can wait for instant speed to do that. Probably wait for instant speed to do that. Nah, I think I'm sticking with what I'm doing. Alright, well, we can swing in with the Rimrock Knight because they're not going to block the Torbrand. And also, side note, if they do, hallelujah, right? Why am I running into so many mono red decks today, I wonder? Alright, well, that's got to be it. So they definitely played the other Phoenix. And going straight into attackers, huh? Bum, 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 bum. Alright, so we have to discard 3 here. Unfortunately, we're getting rid of some great stuff there. The Dorat, the Embercleave, you know. Things that we really wanted, but that's okay. Oh, that's a bummer. Opponent. You could have thrown that on your Torbrand and it would have lived, and that would have been lethal. I can't come back from this anyways. Well, hell. GG, mono red, you got me. But you could have actually had me there, you know. Lieutenant Killjoy. I love your name. Scares me a little. Oh, we're keeping this. We have the Dorat, we have the Anax, we have the Embercleave. This is a keep and a half. 10th Street Dodger. I actually really like that 10th Street Dodger here. I would have liked it, obviously, a turn sooner, like in my starting hand. But, you know what they say, beggars can't be choosers. And we're all beggars in Magic. So, find it interesting that our opponent led out with a mountain into a witch's oven. Yeah, what is this? I'm kind of interested, I'm not gonna lie. So are we shocking in Steam Vents and trying to get down Anax, or are we just going with the Dorat? Well, I think first and foremost, we swing in with the Dorat, see if they have some kind of... No? Okay. Yeah, then I think we are shocking and getting down Anax. Boom, baby. Bada boom. Now, we're up to 3 mana. If okay. I'll just stop my sentence there because it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're up to 3 mana, which means on this turn we would have been able to do some stuff. We'll throw down Anax. We'll assume they have another claim, right? Am I throwing down 10th Street? If I am, it's not swinging. Oh, yeah, I can swing in. Or am I just using Rimrock? I think I'm getting down 10th Street. But I'm not swinging in, right? Like with 10th Street? Because I need him to block just in case they have another claim. If they have another claim, I'm going to be furious. On the inside, of course. No, Lieutenant Killjoy. Actually, they just killed their own Joy there. That wasn't my best joke, don't get me wrong. Stedre, or Stedre? I don't know. We're just going to call you Stead. Sure, seems fun. Seems like a fine and dandy little handy. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. All right, Stead, what you got for me? Show me the money. Forest into a goose. Pelt collector. Yeah. Kind of the same thing. You looking to trade that pelt collector? No? Okay. We tried. We gave it the good old run of the mill. Maybe that was the saying I was thinking of earlier. Good old run of the mill. Anyways. Okay. Just good old pelt collector, I guess. I mean, honestly, I'm probably just throwing the Rimrock Knight down here. I'm not really worried about the +2 on it. This way, when our Anax comes down, we'll have a little bit more substance to it. Alright. Also, that brings a good question. Are we annexing or are we using the Royal Scions? My opponent's playing Gruul. Well, speaking of Gruul, there's a good old Spellbreaker. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. 2 Destroyer Res. I think we are going for the Anax here. Gives us a solid body with which to defend. I'll keep everything back because Rimrock can't get through Spellbreaker, so doesn't make much sense to just sort of send it off to its sacrifice. Of course, yeah, I've done that to creatures in the past, just not thinking about it. We'll see. Hopefully they don't have a Domri's Ambush. Obviously, that's one of the things that kind of crushes us here. Ooh, 10 Street Dodger of their own. So they're playing Royal Embercleave, which, again, top tier deck. Don't know why you feel the need to play it out of ranked, but, you know, hey, if you don't have the confidence to play a deck, you don't have the confidence. There's nothing anyone can do about that. Hit me in the face. Hit me where it counts. Let me know how you really feel. I'm going to save that Dorat and the Royal Scions for another day. I'm going to play the Destroyer down. Do I just play it down? No. You definitely mutate it onto the 10th Street. Now we can defend out with the Destroyer and have no qualms about it, right? Right though. We can swing in with the Rimrock Knight because again, it's one of those creatures that can't defend, so we might as well be getting in damage. And even if they want to trade out the 10th Street Dodger for it, hey, at least that's one creature less on their side of the board and makes, you know, Embercleave cost a little bit more. Obviously, them not blocking signifies that they very well could have the Embercleave here, which is just horrific. Horrific for me. Legion Warboss. That's certainly not fun either. Again, sorry if y'all can hear the donkey. He's just going nuts this morning. Something must have got him riled up. Anyways, are they going to pay the 1 mana for the 10th Street? No, they're just swinging right in. Alright, roll Spellbreaker too. It's a party. And they are paying there. Alright, well, we're killing here, and we're trading here. Boom. Now, if I pay here, we have 3 mana left. I can still get down Royal Scions, but that's one of the things that I want to do for Dora. I could get down an Anax, which would give us hella tokens, I guess. And we could also just mutate another Destroyer down, but the best thing that goes on to is the Anax, and so I don't know about that. Let's see. Let's get this back. It is going to be tapped. That's okay. And am I going for the Royal Scions? Let's just get down Dora. I don't have to be super mana efficient. It's fun. We can't swing in with Dorat though because the robber has reach, and I don't want to swing with Anax because, well, it's Anax. So we're just gonna. I'm just gonna swing in with Rimrock. Because swinging in with the 1/1s doesn't do anything. But if we draw into an Embercleave, then those 1/1s are just like free things that we can toss at the enemy's face in order to make Embercleave cost less. So that's good. And again, we're not gonna have our Destroyer to attack or defend this turn, but if it can untap, we might have something. We might actually be able to take out this Cruel Embercleave deck, which I'll be pretty happy about because it's certainly a top tier 1 deck. Time is it? It's 12:34. Yeah, we might have to call it. I'm happy about this game though. This is certainly a good one. So they're swinging with Warboss and 10th Street, and they're mentoring up the 10th Street. That makes sense. So then they can make it evasive and try to get in the remaining damage they need that way. My question is, what are they just gonna try to put the Embercleave onto the Warboss? Because I only have 2 creatures I can defend with. It's not the world's worst decision. If they put it onto the token, I still have another. Alright, we're defending here. If they have Embercleave that goes on the Warboss and it just kills our Anax straight up, we've done nothing, right? We've accomplished nothing. But you gotta think, if they have Embercleave, they're probably swinging it with everything, right? Alright, we're blocking with the Anax, I guess, whatever. I was about to say, they either have it or they don't, and if they don't have it, then I'm going to be punished for not blocking that Warboss, so. Shifting Ceratops. Okay, I mean, it has protection from our Dorat, but aside from that, it's free game. There's that other land we were looking for, and another land, in case we were looking for. I think I'm good on that, though. So do I want to mutate you down, or do I want to throw these guys down? I think I'll take another Destroyer. Go over. Alright, so I have 8 damage in the skies. I have 7/3 on my Anax. Where's my Embercleave, damn it? I think I want to leave at least 1 Phoenix back to defend, but 1 can definitely get in to take them down to 8, you know, to really push that pressure on the robber or the rich to defend. No, alright. Okie dokie. Well, they're obviously looking for Embercleave. I'm looking for Embercleave. It's an Ember world. Yeah, Castle Embereth. Fire everywhere. By the way, I'm always curious, like, what is this robber reaching for? You know, he's reaching in, but all I see is that one chalice. Is that it? You're just looking like there's not a bag of money. There's nobody standing there that he's about to grab. He's just reaching in for nothing. Alright, Pelt Collector's coming at us. 10th Street Dodger's coming at us. Robber of the Rich is coming at us. Shifting Sarah. No? Okay. Well, here's the thing. If they swing in with Robber, isn't it game over? I think they're looking for lethal, though, right? Because they can give Trample to their Shifting Ceratops. And Pelt Collector has Trample. And I only have 2 creatures with which to defend and 9 health. So Shifting plus Pelt is 9, and then 5 from the other. So I pretty much have to block both of them, don't I? Or you block, like... Well, hell, they're going to get down that Mask of Immolation and sacrifice it to deal 1 extra damage to my Anax either way, right? So you might as well take something out with it. And then they're just going to get in 5 damage. They'll probably get down Mask of Immolation. They can use it to do some weird, like... Which I'm blocking, right? Oh, Castle Embereth. I forgot all about that. Yeah, we might just lose here thanks to Trample. Oh, that would be so unfortunate. If we lose because I swung in with my Destroyer, I'm gonna feel like an absolute dunce. We do, don't we? Yeah. No! Actually, we were losing either which way, because that... No. Yeah, the Castle Embereth is what gave him lethal there. Damn, that actually kind of sucks. Alrighty, so you made it all the way through the matches. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you. If you did, obviously you enjoyed the content, so if you wouldn't mind, please drop a like down below, comment in the comment section, damn it, every time. Comment in the comment section if you need any suggestions or any help with anything. I try to get back to the comments as quick and as often as I can. If you're looking to catch us live, be sure to hop over to twitch.tv/DrSpillikin, toss a follow there. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more and hit that bell icon. That gives you notifications whenever, you know, I go and post videos or posts about spoilers or whatever nonsense I'm talking about, right? And then last but not least, if you're looking for a Discord community to join up with, down in the description of every video, there's a link. I highly recommend you click it, hop over there. We're a pretty laid back and chill community. I pretty much only send out messages whenever I have something that I think's interesting or that people might enjoy. So anyways, on into this deck tech wrap up. There's a lot of cards here, and it's because there's a lot of different ways that you can take this deck, right? You can take it into just standard Izzet Embercleave, which I think is a perfectly fine, perfectly strong deck. You can take it into a standard Izzet Mutate deck, which again I think is perfectly fine. Maybe not as strong as Izzet Embercleave, but you know, still whatever. And if I sound a little tired while recording this, I am. Most of the time I record these in the morning when I first wake up, so I have a bit of a different grogginess. Now I'm recording after work, so whole day's gone by and I'm, you know, running out on energy. Anyways, over here in the sideboard, these are the cards that I always recommend you maybe not put all of them in, but you know, in certain scenarios or certain situations, or if you're going for a certain variation of the deck, this is where you're definitely going to be looking for. So Fervent Champion is a perfectly fine addition for 10th Street Dodger, and this is if you're trying to move more towards the Izzet Embercleave and less towards the Izzet Embercleave Mutate, if that makes sense. Because obviously Fervent Champion is a human, and well, 10th Street Dodger isn't, so there's the, you know, the difference basically. But Fervent Champion also has the ability to have the first strike, which generally allows him to swing in and deal, you know, the good stuff. Also, the fact that 2 Fervents boost to end up dealing 4 damage is really insane value over the fact that, you know, 2 10 Streets just cost you 2 mana every turn to swing in, so you can weigh that out. Anyways, Infuriate is one of those cards that I went back and forth on whether or not to play in the deck. It's fantastic. 1, it buffs whatever has Embercleave, right, if you have it in your hand and all that good stuff. 2, it really helps the door rat. 3, I doubt you're ever going to play an Infuriate and feel, you know, super bad unless your opponent just unsummons your creature or whatever, but you're always going to feel bad in those situations. Moving us down, we'll get back to the Bronze Sword and the Shadow Spear and all that. If you are looking to maybe take out Anax, right? Take out some of that required red permanent status, whatever you want to call it. Runaway Steamkin in Izzet Mutate and Izzet Embercleave, either which way, it's fantastic. You know, if you go to mutate something onto it, it's going to get the additional counters that your Runaway Steamkin would generally get. You're still going to get the mana, which is fantastic. In general, Izzet Embercleave, you're again going to be gaining the mana, which you can then turn around and spend on non-creature spells, which can boost your Dorad or get your Embercleave down. So Runaway Steamkin, fantastic. It didn't make the cut here because I was trying to try out some new stuff. Y'all know when a set generally gets towards the end of it, I like to try some different things here and there just to see. Now, if you're going to be going more towards that, Izzet Embercleave, just trying to go fast-paced, Lightning Stormkin, great, not nearly as strong as Dorat, I will admit that, but still 2 mana for a 2/2 flying haster, not bad. And again, you can mutate onto it, so it can get bigger. Mirror Shield, we're getting to that again. Phoenix of the Ash, or of Ash, I don't know why I always want to put the "the" on there. It's pretty much the same as I said before. You know, it can get slotted in here for the Izzet for the Izzet Embercleave deck. I think it's fantastic in there. If you're gonna do Izzet Embercleave, I would take out the mutators. Just being straight up with you, I think the deck runs better as just Izzet Embercleave. But if you're trying to do something more spicy, there is of course Dreamtail Heron. If you're trying to add more mutate in, you know, dive deeper into what I'm trying here. This card gives your creatures flying. It allows you to draw a card, so it really keeps you fueled, you know, keeps gas in your tank. Whereas normally in the Embercleave decks, you're playing all your creatures down, and then you don't have anything left in your hand, so you're just kind of hoping. Dreamtail Heron makes it to where you don't have to just hope, I suppose. All right. Now, Pouncing Shore Shark is another great one. One, it has flash, so you're going to be able to, you know, come down and get some decent trades or whatever. But the other really nice thing is you can play this card very tempo. You know what I'm saying? At a great tempo speed, right? So it comes down and gives you a 4/3, or if you know, even put it behind something, you're still getting the effect of whenever the creature mutates, you can bounce a creature from your opponent's side of the board back into their hand, plus, well, you know, whatever other mutate ability you may have on said creature. So really good. It flashes in for 4 mana. I think it's worth it for the large majority, right? It can boost your Dorad up a whole 3 extra points, which is just bonkers, right? Super fantastic. Luna, a little bit riskier, as you can actually cast this card for its you know, for its base creature cost. I'll get it right one of these days. But it is still a 6/6 flying trampler that you can mutate down onto your other creatures, you know, like your Dorat. Furthermore, whenever it does mutate, you get to exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land permanent. Well, Embercleave is a non-land permanent, so you can potentially get out, I won't say free Embercleave, right? Because you still have to pay the 3 to equip it, but you get a very cheap Embercleave, and that's always nice. So now back to what I was saying with the mirror shields and all that good stuff. Dalakos, Crafter of Wonders. If you're looking for something that replaces Anax, right? So it relieves that stress of having to have all the red permanents, whatever. Dalakos is fantastic. 1, it's going to give you extra mana that can be used towards your Embercleave. 2, whenever you attach Embercleave to something, it's going to get flying, it's going to get haste. So, you know, fantastic. If Embercleave didn't already give enough stats, Dalakos backing those stats even more, you know, sign me up. Mirror Shield, if you're looking to keep your mutated creatures alive, is a fantastic choice. 1, it's going to give them extra health, right? +0, +2. Plus, it's going to give them hexproof, which is, you know, great at removing the targeting. They're still going to get board wiped, but, you know, some things you just can't avoid. Furthermore, if your opponent has a death touch creature, we've all had this happen to us where we mutate a creature in, and then the opponent has a death toucher, and you're like, well, I guess I'm just sitting here, you know? It's like when you pull a tank up to a tiny little mouse, and the mouse is just stopping the tank. You're like, all right, cool, whatever, you know? This is how life works. Anyways, moving on up, we have Shadow Spear and Bronze Sword, which, again, these are cards that you want to play if you're playing your Dalakos, but I think they're fantastic add-ins. You know, you get to get this down for 1 mana for 3 extra mana, and there's another card that's kind of a different variance of this. It's 2 mana. It's still equipped creature gets +2/+0, but the equip cost is also 2. So you kind of choose. Do you want to have more on the entrance or more on the equip? And you know, I'll leave that up to you, the audience. But great things. Shadow Spirit is a fantastic thing. It's going to give trample, lifelink, +1/+1, gives you the ability to make your opponent's permanents lose hexproof and indestructible. And with Dalekos, it also gives, you know, flying and haste. So for equip 2, you're getting a whole lot of value out of this. You can throw it on pretty much anything, and it's gonna do fairly well. Anyways, that is gonna do it for the deck tech or deck wrap up, whatever we're calling this end of the video thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Thank you again so much for watching all the way through. You know, leave a like, all that great stuff. As always, I'll see y'all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.